Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 19 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today I'm trying out a brand new team. This is a team that Baz Anderson, my good pal, used to win one of the regional championships in Europe in the Post-Worlds metagame. It is a really unique team, probably one of the most unique teams I've seen, especially at a high level from the course of this season. So definitely check out Baz's channel, linked in the description below, as well as the team report that he did for this team. He also played some games with it on Showdown with it, I believe. So all of that's linked in the description below. It's a really fun team. The last team I was using, the Umbreon team that got second at Worlds, the creator actually posted a team report for that as well. It's in Japanese, but I've linked that in the description below as well. So really looking forward to trying out this team. I played a couple of games with it just for fun yesterday, and I was really bad with it, so I definitely am going to take some time to get used to this team, but watched a little bit of Baz's team report just before making this video, so hopefully it's giving me some more guidance. There's some really cool things on this team. I don't even really know where to start because everything I would say is really interesting on this team, so I'm excited to try it out. And yeah, let's see how to approach this matchup. So this team is really designed around Mewtwo and Gengar, taking advantage of gravity. My opponent actually has Terrakion and Whimsicott, which is not something I've seen for a very long time, but it's actually something that I'm quite worried about. Mainly because obviously the beat up combination that can come out immediately. So I might go with Gengar and Whimsicott just so I could potentially match a Tailwind and go with Groudon and Mewtwo in the back. It's just that my opponent having potential speed control really concerns me. Lele not being Scarf means I don't really outspeed the Terrakion. Togedemaru could actually be really good here because Scarf Ironhead. Of course, this is actually a Choice Scarf Togedemaru, which is pretty crazy to say in itself, but that can put in a lot of work against Terrakion, Whimsicott, and Lele. But if my opponent does lead Terrakion, Whimsicott, and just protects Tailwinds turn 1, I feel like I kind of just get run through by beat up Rock Slide. I think one thing I actually could have considered was Whimsicott and Togedemaru as a lead, where I can like Ironhead pressure and Tailwind immediately. But it's going to be Tapu Lele and Necrozma from my opponent, which I'm okay with. Gengar Whimsicott definitely is not a bad matchup here, especially if that is Scarf Lele, and I can trap the Lele in. The other question is what kind of set the Necrozma is running here. Either way, turn 1, I'm thinking of just Mega Evolving, Protecting to scout out for Lele set, and Tailwinding here with Whimsicott. Interesting note here as well is that the Whimsicott is actually a Chlorophyll version instead of a Prankster version, which is pretty cool, basically to take advantage of gravity with Mewtwo. So yeah, this is a really cool team. Definitely go check out Baz's channel. And it's incredible that he was able to go 10-0 undefeated in that regional championship with this team. So really, really happy for him. And yeah, looking forward to the games today. And as always, if you guys enjoyed, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd appreciate it. Like I mentioned, right now we're just kind of posting Road to Ranked every couple of days or so just to try out some cool teams, play some games of VGC while waiting for Sword and Shield. Yeah, my rating isn't super high, and I think I'd actually really like to make a active push to get a little bit higher. As this is actually going to be really interesting because, so obviously normally with Psychic Terrain I can't Prankster things or use my attacks with Whimsicott on, for example, like Prankster Taunt. But because this is actually Chlorophyll, I can actually taunt the Whimsicott this next turn, or the Stack Attacker this next turn. The Lele switching out though makes me think that it's probably not Scarf, but hard to say for sure. It doesn't necessarily confirm anything yet. So we'll see what the Necrozma goes for here. Just a Photon Geyser. Okay, into the Whimsicott, so good play there. So we'll bring me down to my Focus Sash. So I've got Tailwind up, which is obviously good, but the downside is right now I'm facing a lot of offensive presence from both Pokemon. But I can't just go for a Hex onto Necrozma and a Taunt onto the Stack Attacker. Yeah, Stack Attacker here might be trying to set up a Trick Room, and like I said, I can go for the Taunt because this is Chlorophyll Whimsicott and not Prankster, so it's not affected by the Psychic Terrain. I basically want to get Groudon out in the perfect position. Necrozma is going to Ultra Burst, okay. So nice prediction turn 1, expecting the Gengar Protect, but it was still better, I thought, to play safe there than to get a but that's fine. So either way, this should work out. We'll get the Taunt off against the Stack Attacker. If it's going for a Trick Room, that's great. If it's not, then we get a free switch it into the Groudon probably. And yep, it does go for the Trick Room. Perfect. So that's nice. So I haven't even been able to really do too much so far, but now Tailwind's up. Let's see, there's still 2 turns of Tailwind, and now with Necrozma Ultra Bursting, I can just double up into that slot for a guaranteed knockout with Hex and Moonblast. So I think I'll just go for that, and my opponent should... Stakataka will probably knock out, like, I mean, Rock Slide will obviously knock out Whimsicott, giving me a free switch into Groudon, but if you go for a Gyro Ball into Gengar, that probably knocks me out as well. So, yeah, right now I just want to knock out Necrozma. It is put on a lot of offensive presence against both Pokemon. We actually almost just get the knockout out right there with Hex, but yeah, the double up here should get the knockout. So ideally, Stakataka knocks out the Whimsicott, but I don't expect it to. Actually, it does go for Rock Slide. Okay, perfect. The reason this is perfect is now I just get a free switch into Groudon. My opponent can't protect or switch out the Stakataka, so I can just press Blaze it for free, which is really quite nice. Another fun thing about this team is that the Gengar is not max speed, so with Mewtwo, you can actually bring out Mewtwo and go for Z-Gravity, and then Hypnosis. Just trying to remember what my opponent's last restricted Pokemon was, because I actually don't remember, but I think I'll bring out Groudon here, because it's a free knockout into Stakataka right now. And knocking out Stakataka is pretty nice with this team. So Groudon's out, and it's Groudon for my opponent's end. Okay, perfect. Yeah, now I can just go for a Hex into Groudon and Precipice Blades. My opponent really has no counterplay to that. Probably you protect the Groudon and just sack the Stakataka. But with Mewtwo waiting in the back, Mewtwo is obviously a very good matchup against Groudon. Even against Lele, like Z Psystrike might just get the knockout after a little bit of chip damage. This is max speed Groudon on Baz's team as well, so being able to at least force speed ties is good, and I really expect my opponent's Groudon to be a little bulkier. So I should have the speed advantage in my favor. It's the last turn of Tailwind, 2 turns of Psychic Terrain. I think this turn Groudon protects, as Stakataka just tries to Gyro Ball Gengar. So I think my safest play is just to Hex the Groudon and Precipice Blades. I actually could, however, consider Swords Dancing here. It's actually a little tempting, but I think it's too risky in case my opponent actually attacks with Groudon. Yeah, I can't risk it, unfortunately. But Groudon does protect, yeah. Swords Dance there probably would have just won the game, but I did really not want to risk it because this is still fine regardless. So now the question is it Scarfalele? That is my question. Ooh, it's actually Shuka Stakataka. Okay. That actually might work more in my favor. And wow, was that a crit? Yeah, that's kind of lame, but it was still taunted, so he had to Gyro Ball Gengar, which would have allowed me to free switch it into Mewtwo, and with Mewtwo I can just Z-move the Groudon and Fire Punch the Groudon and Fire Punch the Stakataka. So that might have actually helped me, or sorry, hurt me more than helped me, to be honest. Okay, now Lele's out. Okay, if we assume it's Scarf, we can't knock out Groudon. It could be Z-Lele, though. I think it might just be best to Sludge Bomb the Lele and Precipice Blades. No, because if it's Scarf and it knocks out Gengar, then my opponent's Precipice Blades will actually knock out my Groudon. So I think I'm actually going to protect my Groudon here. Yeah, I'm going to protect Groudon and Sludge Bomb the Lele. Hex might have been better into Groudon, just a guarantee. I'm also scouting out for a potential Z move here from the Lele, but it is Scarf, and it locks itself into Shadow Ball. Okay. Nice play. Yep, so just Precipice Blades. That's why Swords Dance last turn could have won me the game. Yeah, I think Stack Attack actually, me knocking it out hurt me more than it helped me, but we're still in an okay position. Shadow Ball shouldn't knock out my Mewtwo. Might 2-hit KO it though, which is a scary thing. But I think I'm fine if I just go for a Z move into Groudon and Precipice Blades, because I should be faster than the Groudon. So, I mean, Groudon here probably protects. Okay, yeah. So I could have doubled up into Lele, but the Z move still gets chip damage to protect enough where maybe a Precipice Blades gets a knockout anyway. And I'm not even sure if Shadow Ball's a 2-hit KO onto my Mewtwo. Let's see. It's close, but it looks like it will be. Okay. Yeah, the main thing is that I'll have the speed advantage with Growl. I'm assuming that just because my opponent has Trick Room on his team, so I should have the speed advantage. So I went for what I was thinking was a safer play, because this covers all my options, in the sense that it'll get chip damage onto Groudon enough where hopefully like max attack Precipice Blades will get the knockout onto Groudon. Yeah, I'm thinking that's enough chip damage. So we just need to connect with the Precipice Blades, basically. We do hit the Lele. If this knocks out, then we should also just be good. But it comes a little bit short. So now the question is, what do I do with Mewtwo? I could protect. If I protect, Lele could Shadow Ball Groudon and Precipice Blades. I guess it comes down to me hitting Precipice Blades anyway, right? Because I want a Gravity right now with Mewtwo. Yeah. I think it's better just to attack here with Mewtwo, because either way it comes down to whether Precipice Blades connects or not. No, maybe it's better to protect Mewtwo here, actually. Yeah, because, yeah, definitely it's better to protect Mewtwo, because then even if I miss one Precipice Blades, I might still be able to win this one. Because we know Tapu Lele is Choice Scarf, given that it outsped Gengar. Shadow Ball into protect, okay. Yep, I'm faster. Misses Groudon, but I don't think Precipice Blades from my opponent's end should knock me out. This is not a bulky Groudon, though, which is what's scaring me. Let's see. I haven't taken any chip damage. Okay, good. Good. And now I can just Gravity Precipice Blades to clean up the game. So I don't have to worry about missing. That was scary, though. The reason I contemplated not protecting Mewtwo there is because I thought my opponent might have predicted the Mewtwo protect and just Shadow Ball Groudon on Precipice Blades, in which I do lose off of miss, and that miss actually happened, but ended up working out okay. Yeah, okay. We end up getting the win. Not the cleanest of wins. I think I could have played better, but, I mean, yeah, the critical hit onto Stack Attack actually hurt me more than it helped me, and then obviously missing Groudon there made things a little scarier, but end up clutching it out. Yeah, I think the biggest thing was the fact that Whimsicott was not Prankster, allowing me to actually taunt the Stack Attacker. You don't see that interaction every day, really at all. So that's really cool. And it's a Chlorophyll, so of course they could actually still take advantage of the sun. And Whimsicott under Sun will pretty much be able to get all these really fast attacks off, so pretty much guaranteeing a tailwind more or less. But lots of interesting and creative decisions on this team. This is like a very Baz Anderson team, and it's like no surprise to me that he was able to win a regional championship with it, because it fits his playstyle so well. He's been using a lot of Gravity teams throughout the course of the year. And if there's anyone in the world that I can think can pilot a team like this, it's definitely Baz. So huge props to him once again for winning with it. Yeah, once again, I played a couple of games with it yesterday. I was just getting demolished in a couple of them, and I was like, I have no idea how to properly lead with this, or what the proper strategies are. So I'm hoping this next game I can feature like the Mewtwo and Gengar lead. It's really fun because like the Mewtwo is always faster than the Gengar, so one play that you can go for is Z Gravity and then Hypnosis right away. Mewtwo, after using Z Gravity, gets a special attack increase through it, and of course you put something to sleep, and then you can just double up into things. Gengar traps things in as well, so definitely one of the more creative team leads that I've seen throughout the course of this season. Definitely not something that I think I would have come up with, so yeah. But there's a lot of fun stuff on this team. I mean, Togedemaru is scarfed with Gravity as well, so you could actually just go immediately for like Gravity and Hypnosis with Togedemaru and Gengar, for example, trapping things in and then getting big damage off with something like Hex. And then the Tapu Lele is actually Adrenaline Orb, so you can take advantage of like Incineroars and Salamences should they lead into you immediately, get the boost, and then go for like a Gravity immediately. So, alright. Gonna get a Japanese opponent into 1700s for our next opponent today, running a relatively standard team. Zerndon with Tornadus, Amoonguss, Salamence, and Incineroar. So, I feel like these teams should, like, the Mewtwo team should have quite a good matchup against it. I just really haven't played much with this team, so I don't know how to properly maneuver around it. Gengar Lele is honestly kind of a tempting lead. The thing is, this team kind of gets, like, it'll get destroyed by Groudon. So I feel like I kind of need to also bring Whimsicott to match potential Tailwind from Tornadus. Yeah. Leading something like Whimsicott Mewtwo could be interesting, because Mewtwo with the Z move kind of obliterates things. But it's just like I want to bring Lele, Groudon, and Gengar. Lele, namely, so that I could just switch in and get a really powerful... I mean, I 100% need Groudon. So if I'm going Whimsicott, Mewtwo, I need Groudon in the back, so the debate is between Gengar and Tapu Lele. Because I don't think I'm bringing Togedemaru here. And between Gengar and Tapu Lele, who do I like more? Probably Gengar because it can trap and Sludge Bomb things and resist. It just means that I can't switch into Lele and nuke something with Psychium Z on Mewtwo, but Gengar might be the safer option here. Alright, let's go Whimsicott, Mewtwo with Gengar and Groudon in the back. I think the goal here is definitely to, one, potentially match my opponent's Tailwind. Can't really let the Xerneas set up. That's also going to be a concern. If there weren't Tailwind on my opponent's team, I think I would probably go with Gengar Lele, but the threat of Tailwind is enough that I think I have to potentially match it. So let's see. So got a Mewtwo, and we're up against Incineroar and Tornadus. Okay. Not the lead I was expecting. Lele lead here would have been really nice, but it's fine. So the question is, does my opponent just go for a Tailwind and Fake Out into, like, Whimsicott? It'd be really risky to Fake Out because I could just switch into Tapu Lele. Yeah, I expect Incineroar to U-turn more than anything, to be honest, so I think I'm gonna just try to Tailwind myself. Ooh, I could even Z-Gravity, but if I get faked out in Z-Gravity, that's not great for me. I just don't think my opponent will Fake Out here. I think a U-turn will come out. Yeah, so I'm gonna Tailwind and... I'm actually gonna Tailwind and Z-Gravity. Because I think Z-Gravity here is actually pretty good. Yeah, okay, nice. No Fake Out from Incineroar. So we'll match the Tailwind and we'll... Unless it's Insignium Z. Oh, I didn't think about that. That could be really bad. I guess that's not the worst case, because even if Incineroar Z's into the Mewtwo, I just get a free switch into Groudon. And then I can actually Swords Dance and Grass Whistle. So actually, maybe that's not bad at all. But I expect right now the Incineroar to U-turn out. Let's see. Either way, we matched the Tailwind, which is good. No Fake Out came out, which is good. This is still scary as heck, though. And it is Insignium Z. Okay. Well, we don't get to take advantage of Mewtwo, but now we get to try to sweep with Groudon. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so as expected, Mewtwo faints there. But, like I said, this might not be the worst case scenario, because it does mean a free switch into Groudon. And I think Incineroar here has to switch out. So I can Grass Whistle that slot. Grass Whistling Tornadus might be a little bit more tempting, though. Just because of the offense it puts out. I think I Swords Dance with Groudon and Grass Whistle Tornadus. Tornadus can't Z-move me either. Alternatively, I could just go on the heavy offense right now and just Precipice Blades. I think Incineroar switches out for sure, because you need the Intimidate onto my Groudon. It's going to be Groudon or Xerneas switching in, more likely Xerneas. I think being able to put something to sleep would be really good, though. Yeah, I'm going to Grass Whistle Swords Dance this turn, because if it get it off, I think Precipice Blades just sweeps through everything. So Incineroar switches out, I expect Xerneas to come in. Oh, it's Salamence. Interesting. Okay, I did not expect that, but that's okay. We'll see if Tornadus just goes for a taunt or if it's like a Hurricane. Yeah, okay, it's a taunt. That's fine, because now I get the Swords Dance off. So now I can just click Precipice Blades against everything. And I have Moonblast on Whimsicott. So I think Tornadus here has to switch out into Incineroar. So I'm going to Moonblast Salamence and Precipice Blades. I was thinking, however, of just Moonblasting Salamence and Precipice Blading, because the switch out there was obvious, and that covers every switch in, basically. That might have been better. I really didn't expect Salamence to come out in this matchup, so... Yeah, but it is really good against this team, so it makes sense. He's staying in with both. Okay, I didn't expect that. Can it knock my Groudon out, though? I'm also faster with Whimsicott outright, okay. Ah, close. I think he might just be doubling up into Groudon. Oh, no, he's not. I wonder if that feints from recoil. This is going to be a really close finish. Oh, it actually does. So, this might be Sash Tornadus, though. We'll see. I'm expecting Sash or Berry. Icy Wind. Ah, that's not good. Because I assume Groudon's the last one. That was a really nice play. If Groudon's the last one, I'm going to need to hit a Hypnosis on the opposing... Oh, but we do get a double knockout. This is coming down to the wire. Because now I can still Hypnosis with Gengar, so I can just double protect this next turn and then Hypnosis a potential... Yeah, Groudon. It is Groudon. Okay. So I think we double protect this turn. I'll still have turns of gravity. Actually, I don't even need to protect with Gengar. What am I saying? It's probably better to, though. The issue is that... there's some mind games. The question is, who do I Hypnosis with Gengar? I'm just going to double check everything, but my Groudon's going to be slower now, which is a problem. I might survive a Precipice Blades. Really depending on how much attack investment that Groudon has. Because this is not bulky Groudon at all. It's pure offense. Okay, so there's 2 turns of gravity left. It's the last turn of Tailwind on both players' end. I'm at -1. You can't fake out the Incineroar. So what I'm thinking is just Mega Evolving, Hypnosising Groudon. It's just that if Groudon protects, Incineroar can just go for a Darkest Lariat into Gengar. But if I Hypnosis Incineroar... I mean, I also just could double protect this turn to scout out for what he goes for. But I'm worried about a substitute. If Groudon is sub, then I would surely lose the game. Just, does my opponent expect Hypnosis? I want to double protect, but... I feel like Hypnosis is... I was going to say my opponent probably doesn't expect it, but it's still better to just protect Groudon here to scout out, so we'll see. Actually, that wasn't a great play. Yeah, because Incineroar also could just fake out my Groudon. I don't like the play I made there. Yeah, Groudon protected. Oh, but it fakes out. Okay, then my opponent needs a double protect right now. Yeah. Still got 1 turn of gravity. Double protect or for me to miss this Hypnosis. So the question is, do I predict a double and target into Incineroar? I don't think so, because then Groudon still wins off of Precipice Blades. I think I need a 2-turn sleep. Oh, he doesn't go for the double. Actually, that makes sense. Yeah, if you go for the double and you don't get it, then you just lose the game outright, whereas now it's a 2-turn sleep game. Darkest Lariat should knock out Gengar, I assume. And I don't think I'll knock out with Precipice Blades. I was faster with Groudon. Oh, so we just win now, don't we? I think so. Yeah. Nice. I wasn't sure if Incineroar was going to be faster, but I guess it's just like max HP, max attack with no speed, really. That was scary, but yeah, we got this now with Hex. Yeah, I did not expect Salamence to come out, but ultimately, turn 1 worked out nicely for us. Getting up Gravity was really big because this was basically a game for Groudon to sweep through. And I think I'll play a 3rd game today because I haven't posted in a while. And this team is really fun, so why not? Alright, we're going to find our 3rd opponent of the day with this team. Let's see how it plays out. Using also a Mewtwo team with Kyogre, Mewtwo, Cortana, Lele, Koko, and Incineroar. So first thing to note is that Groudon obviously just like destroys everything on that opposing side. It just has to worry about Mewtwo, which is a funny thing to say. I think I'm going to go with my own Mewtwo actually as well. It's really good here. My opponent locks in immediately. Quite confident. What do I want to do here? Cortana is scary. There's no Intimidate on this team, which is obviously one of the main reasons it's a little scary. Thinking Whimsicott, Gengar, Groudon, and Gengar, or Mewtwo again. thinking of leading Whimsicott and Mewtwo with Groudon, Gengar in the back, kind of like the last game. Togedemaru as a lead definitely could work here, though. What about Togedemaru, Gengar? But then I have to scrap one of Whimsicott. Once again, it's just Tailwind is so important, I feel like it really helps me out a lot. So I don't want to get rid of Whimsicott, and Gengar feels like a good restricted Pokemon to be bringing. Although I guess it'll be slower than most things, but it still gives me a decent answer against the Kartana. Yeah, I like Gengar a little bit more than Togedemaru here. I need to see how Baz plays with the Togedemaru, because I just feel like I never know when to bring it in Team Preview. And this was actually a decent time for it because of Scarf Ironhead, which can just obliterate... I think it's used to counter Scarf Lele, so this actually could have been a decent time for it, but yeah. If the Kartana doesn't have Tailwind on my opponent's end, though, then this might be a game where I just get up Tailwind and sweep, so we'll see. I use Kartana Lele, though. Yeah, Togedemaru would have worked out nicely here. Okay. And it's Scarf Lele. Not surprising, but... I'm gonna Tailwind. You can't knock my Mewtwo out unless it's Grassium Z. Actually, because it's Scarf Lele, I mean, I'll just be faster with Mewtwo, right? So why don't I just Z Side Strike into Kartana? Yeah. Okay, just gonna Shadow Ball, that's fine. And we'll get the Psychium Z off. Okay, I mean, if it's Sash Kartana, maybe it goes for a Tailwind, but that's still okay, I think. Maybe Gravity would have been better in this matchup, though. I don't know about how I played that turn 1. If this knocks out Kartana, though, and we get Tailwind up, I think it's just game over, quite frankly. Is that AV? Oh, no, it is Sash. I thought it was AV and a hung on with 1 HP, and I was like, no way. Is it Tailwinding? Okay. So as expected, but that's still okay. The issue is that I'm not going to be able to really get Gravity up that easily now. I think I'll Moonblast, and I'm thinking of still Gravitying here. Because maybe you expect the Mewtwo to protect. Or even switch out Lele. Let's just think. If I protect Mewtwo, my opponent gets a free switch, and if I knock out Kartana, what do you bring in? Probably Kyogre or Mewtwo. Both are viable options. Both are really scary options, to be honest. I should have doubled up into Kartana instead of Tailwinding. I'll go for the Gravity here. Because I want the free switch in. Okay, Kartana switches out. Into Mewtwo, so I was actually eating up a Moonblast. Special attack drop could be really nice. Yeah, actually Togedemaru would have been the call this game, I guess. The issue is that I might rely on hitting a blind Grass Whistle, which I really hate. If I hit it, I think I win the game. This is such an awkward spot to be in. Although, I don't think Scarf Shadow Ball from Lele knocks me out. If I bring out Groudon, it's just that Mewtwo could just Z-move me. And Kyogre could come in, so I feel like I have to bring Gengar. This was actually a game for Togedemaru. Yeah, I'm not in a great spot. Mainly because I don't speed tie with Mewtwo. Unless it's not max speed for some reason, but it should be. It's just Gengar protecting here is very... Is it obvious? Like, if my opponent doubles into Whimsicott, then I just lose. But if I attack with Gengar and lose it to a Mewtwo Side Strike, I think I also lose. I'm really not in a great spot, actually. Yeah, really not in a great spot. Because I'm also going to lose the Weather War as of right now. I'm going to protect Gengar and go for the Blind Grass Whistle. But that's just... Oh, it's Mega Mewtwo, too. Should have expected that. So maybe Groudon was actually better to bring in there. Yeah, turn 1 I definitely should have doubled up into Cortana. I was just thinking maybe it was Assault Vest, and if it was and I got the knockout with Z-Side Strike and I get Tailwind up, it's just game over, but... Okay. It's a really good play. Bait out my Protect, yep. Shadow Ball did go into Gengar. But I Grass Whistled the wrong thing. This is still doable, I think. But I think I need a Grass Whistle to connect. Or I get a second Tailwind up. I don't think I risk the double. Because Groudon should be able to take a Psychic type attack from the Mewtwo. Nice Protect last turn though, just to scout for what I was going for. Yeah, I didn't do myself any favors with that early lead. How I played it out. Togedemaru would have been the call. Dang. Like, Whimsicott Togedemaru could have been really nice. So that answers my question of when to bring Scarf Togedemaru. If I'm expecting a Scarf Lele, which like so many Leles in this format are. Okay. Is he doubling up into Whimsicott? No? Okay. If we hit this, we still have a chance. Oh, I'm trolling! I forgot I had Insomnia. I'm legit trolling. Yeah, that's my inexperience of playing against Mewtwo. I don't think it would have mattered though. There's actually nothing I really could have done. Even if I hit the Tapu Lele, Mewtwo just outspeeds Whimsicott, and I lose the Weather War. I guess I would have had a chance if I tried to hit the Lele, but now I really don't, I think. I think you Side Strike Whimsicott. I don't really have a way around that. Actually, I have one out here, and that's if Lele switches out. Okay, that was interesting. Maybe should I have protected Groudon then? Wait, actually this isn't over. I totally forgot about Chlorophyll as well. I botched so many things up this game. Jeez. That was a throw. Or maybe not, because the Side Strike did actually end up going into Whimsicott. This is crazy. We need to hit Precipice Blades now. It's not a good start, but... Mewtwo does go down. Yeah, actually, we're not out of this by any means. I think we just need to hit a Blind Hypnosis against Kyogre. Oh, man. Would having hit Kartana there helped out? Doesn't really make a difference, I guess. Jeez, I totally forgot about Chlorophyll on Whimsicott as well. So I was making just a lot of mistakes this game. Forgetting about the Insomnia on Mewtwo, the Chlorophyll, yeah. I mean, now I have Tailwind up, so if I hit Hypnosis and Precipice Blades, I think I win. But these are pretty inaccurate moves, so the odds aren't really in my favor. It's pretty close to 50-50, actually. I mean, alternatively, I could just Hex and Precipice Blades, but I think Kyogre might even survive. Or Sludge Bomb and Precipice Blades. So do I want to... Because then that comes down to how bulky Kyogre is. Whereas with this, if I hit Hypnosis... I guess if I hit Hypnosis, even if I miss Precipice Blades on the Kyogre, that's still fine, because Hex Precipice Blades gets it next turn. So I think it's better to just go for the Hypnosis. We'll see how much Precipice Blades ends up doing, though. Oh, okay, we miss it. But I can't feel too bad about that. I mean, I got a little lucky to even be in this in the first place. Actually, no, that wasn't luck at all. Oh, Sludge Bomb probably would have got it. It would have been really close. I think it actually survives that. And he actually Origin Pulse, so if it missed, would have been able to win this one. Anyway, this was definitely a winnable game. I botched a lot of stuff. I mean, the Chlorophyll actually ended up not mattering, because I think I would Tailwind Precipice Blades there. I think that's my best play anyway. Swords Dance might have been better, though. Tailwind Swords Dance might have been better. Because then I just sweep through with Groudon. Yeah, so instead of Precipice Blading there, Swords Dance might have been better. Had I connected with the Kartana, that actually might have hurt me more than it helped me. So I definitely didn't get unlucky this game. I just played pretty poorly. Obviously, forgetting about Mewtwo's Insomnia was really bad. But I totally could have taken advantage of Whimsicott under Chlorophyll. So, two things I could have done better. Definitely playing better with Whimsicott under Tailwind, but also Togedemaru, this actually could have been a game for. Also, just turn 1, I mean, I committed the Z move, and, like, we matched Tailwinds, and, like, Shadow Ball is obviously quite common on Scarflay. I could have protected Mewtwo. Although I think sacking Mewtwo the time I did was fine. This was just a weird game, but I definitely just didn't play super well. But definitely a lot of good lessons learned from it. I think I needed to approach... Like, my opponent was probably going to bring Mewtwo and Lele into this matchup, and so Togedemaru just matches up a lot better against those. Gengar isn't really doing too much for me there. Could have maybe gone for the Sludge Bomb there in the end, but I still don't regret it, because I feel like it's likely that the Kyogre will be able to survive that. I guess it's like, if I think Kyogre is going to survive that less than 60% of the time, or more than 60% of the time, it's better to go for Hypnosis. But if I think it's going to be less than 60%, then I should go for Sludge Bomb. But it looked like in range where it could be really close. This also isn't max special attack Gengar. It only has 100 special attack investment, so I don't feel too bad about that decision. But, yeah, just could have played a little bit better. I think blindly attacking into Mewtwo and forgetting about Insomnia is obviously the biggest mistake. Could have gone for something just like a Moonblaster for damage, or even a Grass Whistle into the Lele slot. But definitely some fun games today, and I'm really excited to play with this team a little bit more. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Go check out Baz Anderson. His channel and his links are all in the description below, as well as Hirofumi's team, like got second at Worlds, the Umbreon team, if you want to try that out. And I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.